Um, Hi guys, welcome to the first edition of Football Panorama. If you are joining us for the first time, of course, this is the first time of starting this as well. Yeah, we just want to review things that are happening on football world, the rumors, the G's, everything that is happening across the globe, especially in Europe. We want to give you premium information, news, and give you our honest opinion on transfer, football matches, and rumors that are going around. Today, we have two major things to talk about. We are going to talk about the football transfer, the summer transfer window that is still ongoing now. It's going to close 1st of September. And we're going to talk about the first week of football that we have back. It's so exciting to be back. Summer transfer has been boring without the real action, right? So we are so excited that football is back, Premier League is back. We have a lot of encounters over the week. So I'm so excited to discuss this with my friend, a football lover that has a lot of information and knowledge about football. I'm so sure that you guys are going to enjoy this. So quickly, we're just going to start with the transfer window. This has been one incredible transfer window. I can't remember the last time we saw an explosive transfer windows like this. It looks like all the teams are recreating their attacks. It looks like they are reinforcing their attacks.
Yeah.
Almost all the big teams are very active, trying to. Someone was saying something the other time that there are just few world-class strikers in the world, and a lot of them are in Premiership right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about Chesko, you're talking about Gyökeres, you are talking about Haaland. In one league. And then you are talking about maybe Harry Kane in Bayern and Mbappe in Real Madrid, So it looks like Premier League is really up to something this time around. Well, what's your opinion about the transfer window thus far?
Yeah, thank you very much for that great intro. The first thing I will just notice that this transfer windows are shown two things. First, a lot of money is involved.
Exactly.
People are spending money like
heavily.
If they call price, people pay the price. Then the second thing I noticed in this transfer window is that the players have power. The player can tell you, I'm no longer playing with you and I want to leave. And his agent to get to work looking for a team. A player can now tell you, this is the club I want to go to. We saw it with Gyökeres saying it's only Arsenal. We saw it with Buemo saying it's only Man U. We saw it with Sesko saying it's only Man U. We saw it with Etiquette saying it's only Liverpool. So everybody's saying they want a particular team and that's where they're ending up. So it's very interesting, I must say. A lot of money and a lot of decisions being made by the players.
Well, what's your opinion? Does it look like players are being overrated these days? Like the kind of money clubs are quoting for players, do they really worth it? Like it just look like every day people are taking antecedent from previous transfers, right? Yeah, because people are looking like if this player is sold for this cannot be less, right? So when one person goes crazy and buy a midfielder, for instance, for over 100 million pounds, everybody try to recalibrate and say
that is the new price.
Yeah, that is the new price. So does it not look like we are overpaying for players, or do you think it's really worth it in this kind of market?
Definitely, the Brits have made the whole transfer market overrated and over expensive, and that makes players very, very expensive. Now to take a cue from what happens in like Serie A, among the Serie A clubs, they don't pay so much money. They'll buy a player 20 million euros, 20 million pounds, 20 million, 25 million euros. But when that player comes to the Premier League, they'll start quoting 60, 70, 80. So I think another thing is these players are under a lot of pressure to now perform when there's a huge price tag on them. Like, see what happened with Mbappe and La Liga. okay, fine, Mbappe did not cost the Real Madrid money for the transfer, but they spent a lot of money in his transfer and in his contract, like the amount they are paying him, the amount that went to his agent, the amount that went to him. So if you saw that there was a lot of pressure on him for the first few months he was playing for Real Madrid, he didn't score goals, he did not perform, he did not assist, but the fans were almost angry with him, blaming him for their losses, their draws at the beginning of the season. But later on, he picked up and started delivering. So I think when this transfer makes these players put them under a lot of pressure because of the price tag, I see that players are able to come up to who they are when they fix themselves in the style of play of the coach and in the position that they were brought to play in.
That is interesting anyway. I know we'll keep discussing that further. Yeah, because it looked like every transfer window we keep saying different prices. Yeah, we'll keep discussing that. Yeah, most action in transfers window have taken place in the Premiership.
Yes.
This season. Like you said, a lot of other big clubs in Spain and Italy are not spending as EPL is spending right now.
Yes.
So let's go into the top clubs and discuss their transfer window. Let's start with Arsenal, for instance.
Yeah.
There are a lot of incoming activity, not much outgoing. A lot of incoming activity. Kepa Arrizabalaga, for instance, came in to be a substitute goalkeeper. Martin Zubimendi has been linked with Arsenal forever. But eventually, they were able to complete the deal this summer transfer window. Noni Madueke, Christian Nogard, Christian Mosquera, and Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole transfer window for Arsenal this season?
So Arsenal is making a statement. They are saying it is time that we get past the second position and eventually win the Premiership on the first position. They're also saying that we want to strengthen the places that were weak and the places that seemed like the players in those positions needed competition.
Okay.
For example, they've always needed a striker and they've gotten a world-class striker in Victor Gyökeres. So now, Gabriel Jesus, anytime he's fit, you will see that somebody is probably going to collect his number 9 jersey permanently. Then on the wings, there's a lot of pressure on Bukayo Saka on the right. It looks like he did not have a replacement. So later on, when Ethan Nwaneri came, we saw that he can take that position. But the pressure will be too much on him if they make him as the main substitute. That's why I see when Noni Madueke comes in, who can play on the right and also on the left and even behind the striker on the 10 and 8 position. Now, the midfield, Thomas Partey left. They've not really found that replacement for Zaga. Even Zaga. Even Jorginho also left, right?
Yeah.
So they needed at least 2 or 3 midfielders to show up that position anytime they need a center midfielder, a defensive midfielder, or a deep line midfielder. That's why they got those people, Zubimendi and Nogard. And I see that is a statement. And for sure, in the keeper position, they needed Kepa. Why did they need Kepa? Someone that will tell Raya that, see, we need you to do your best. And when you do your best, you keep your number 1 shirt. If you don't, we have somebody that can take over from you.
Yeah, but contrary to people's opinion, I don't really think Arsenal transfer window has been very fantastic. I think what they have done is just to maintain standard. I don't think there is any standard raiser, bar Gyökeres.
Okay.
Gyökeres is absolutely needed. There is need for center forward, and that has been done. But in other areas, I don't think there has been level raiser. For instance, let me give you an instance. In last season, there is Partey, Jorginho, right?
Yeah.
Partey was in the best form of his life. Jorginho was a good and brilliant midfielder, but was not a level raiser. Whenever he plays, he just plays to maintain tempo. He just come to stabilize the midfield.
Bring a balance,
right? Jorginho in your midfield will not win you league, right? So Jorginho left, Partey left, Zubimendi came, and Nogard came. Nogard is representing the same space for Jorginho. Now, so Zubimendi is replacing Partey.
Yeah.
There is another argument to say, okay, maybe Partey is better, maybe Zubimendi is better. But in my own opinion, I think they are not far from each other. The level are not too far from each other. Nørgaard is way less in the pecking order. Now, my problem is one injury to Zubimendi, you are back to Nørgaard, right? So you are back to leaving your midfield, your defensive midfield for Nørgaard, which is not a level raiser. You cannot win a league with Nørgaard. You may have a couple of fine games, but you cannot compete for EPL with Nørgaard as your full back, as your center. 6.
Yes.
However, when we are talking about Noni Madueke, it's good. Whatever characteristics he has, good. But I think one of the major problems of Arsenal is on the left-hand side, the left attacking side, where Martinelli play and Trossard. There has not been any upgrade in that aspect, which is very, very significant, right? Because you expect that most goals are coming from Saka side. You expect equal competition coming from the left side as well, which Arsenal is not getting. I was hoping that aspect will be fixed this summer window, but of course, maybe we will still see that. I don't know yet. Kepa has been a fantastic signing. I think
very cheap.
I think that was brilliant, right? But in the output, I don't think we will see the output so much. I will give you a reason why. Raya played almost all matches last year. So we didn't even know if the other keepers were good or bad because they didn't use them. Right? So even if you had a potential that is very good as number 2, because you didn't use them, Raya filled all the blanks and it was good. Right? So signing Kepa does not potentially give you an advantage towards the league. Right? Because most times keepers don't usually get injured that much. There is high probability that Raya can keep this whole season without being injured. So if that happens, then you're going to use only Kepa maybe in Carling Cup or FA. So averagely for me, I really don't think Arsenal has had a level raiser, except if they see buy an attacking player before the end of transfer window. Then we may say maybe they have a good transfer, summer transfer.
But to talk about 3 things that you mentioned the keeper. I'm taking back from where you stopped about the keeper. Kepa was very cheap, $5 million. Any team can throw that amount.
I agree.
For a backup kind of thing. And every team hopes that their player is fit all through the season, no injuries. So even if Raya is fit all year round, it's a good one. And you got a cheap keeper that is very good for $5 million. Then talking about the left wing midfield or the left attacking midfield. My problem there that I noticed for Arsenal will probably be that the people that were targeting were very expensive. They were targeting Nico Williams. Atletico Bilbao was saying 100 million. They're targeting Rodriguez. Real Madrid was saying 100 million. They even said that his release cost is 1 billion. Then the way they were. So it's very expensive. Me, I was even thinking that they'll probably go for Ademola Lookman with all that's going on with Atalanta. Atalanta now, if you give them 50 million, they'll drop the player. So I think when they brought in Madueke, they thought about the left and the right. They're talking about the midfield. Zubimendi is a very good midfielder. If you watch the way he plays when he was in Real Sociedad, he stays in the center of the box and he takes play. And doesn't even get injured. He got to Spain and is also a title-winning defensive midfielder at the last Euro with Spain. These are people that understand the game. Like, I'm saying that it's a natural deep line midfielder. So I still don't know what they get to that guy.
Do you think will you say he's better than Partey?
To be honest, Partey and Zubimendi will definitely be on the same level, right? But Partey is somebody that usually likes going forward. Zubimendi is going to stay there. If you like, what I'm saying, stay there like as if he has a chicken is rearing. He will not go to the front. He will just stay there. and stay with the defender. So that will not even let someone like Gabriel and Saliba to go to the front when you people are having your corner tactics. So somebody is going to be at the back so that in the case of a counter, somebody is going to be breaking those play and allowing everybody to return to their position. So Zubimendi is a good addition. And if Arsenal fans complain about Zubimendi too much, I'll say they should even watch him for this season. Like if you're talking about an upgrade in the defensive midfield position, who are we looking for? You cannot go and get what do you call it? You cannot go and get the dream midfielder, which everybody talks about, Douglas Luiz, or let's say there's a defensive midfielder everybody likes. Baleba, thank you. Everybody's putting 100 million on players.
No, I was not even.
So let me mention of this one.
Okay.
What I'm now saying now is that the defensive midfielder position is a position that you cannot even rely on anybody. Man, you made that mistake 3 years ago. We went to go and pay almost 70 million for Casemiro. Casemiro now we're begging him to go. He doesn't want to go. We're saying if we cut your contract, you say lie, you keep on collecting that 320,000 pounds per week is collecting. But we're tired of him. And that guy was at the peak of his career with Real Madrid.
Yeah. I was actually expecting Arsenal to keep Partey, right? To me, I would believe that would have been a very, very good pair, right? Yeah. Even if you are playing Zubimendi as first choice, you know that if anything happened to him, Partey is a level racer. It's somebody that you can depend on, right? Yeah. So that was my intention anyway. But it's fine. It's fine. I think the club know what they are doing. So let's let me
even talk about Arsenal one more time. Partey was saying that you were looking for midfielders. Every player wants assurance to play in the World Cup year coming. So you knew that if you kept him, you will buy Zubimendi, you buy Noga, you put him on the bench. Definitely. So he went to go and collect 60 million.
If they have kept him, they would have bought Noga. They would have bought Noga.
No, they were pursuing all these people right from the beginning of the season. They wanted to create depth in the midfield. So I think Partey made the right choice by moving on because he wants to play. In Ghana, they might drop him if they qualify for the World Cup and they get somebody else that is fitter than him because he has that injury problem.
Let's talk about Liverpool.
Liverpool. The richest of them all.
I honestly don't know what those guys are on, man. I don't know where they're getting their money from.
I think one thing that we should understand is that Liverpool have always had money, right? And this season, they even had more money when they won the league.
Yeah, when they won the league.
And there are ways they will go around PSR, the way it happens, the PSR that you have to earn what you spend and everything. So for them spending 100 million plus on Florian Wirtz, spending 60 on Kekes, spending 60, I think 35 on Frimpong, then they brought in Ekitike for 70. Like they've almost spent 300 if we calculate everything.
Yeah.
And they are still talking about wanting Alexander Isak.
I don't know.
And Isak is going to be almost 120 and they'll pay it.
It's going to be more than 100.
So yes, so what I'm saying is they always had that money. And we must understand that last year they bought only once, they did only 2 signings, a backup keeper and Chizier. That's what they bought. So let's say in this PSR, you can almost accumulate money and carry it over. So they accumulated everything and there's enough to spend.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And also, of course, and they make some sales that make sense as well. Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich for 65 million pounds and Darwin Nunes as well.
So Saudi has money.
Saudi has money.
I think they pay 55.
Yeah, something like that. So I think it's a good deal. And even Trent, they still got something from Trent as well.
Yeah, they got 10 million from Trent. Yeah. Even this very funny defender, Kwanzaa, they sold it to Leverkusen for 35. I'm like, how do all these players sell this? How do players sell these players?
I don't know. Yeah, so let's come to your club, Man U.
That was what we did not tell people. You are an Arsenal fan, and I'm a Man U fan. I've been a Man U fan for 20 years, so I'm not just a Man U fan now.
I know, right?
And I know you have been an Arsenal fan for long, and I greet you for waiting this long for your first Champions League, and waiting this long so far for the Premier League in almost 20-something years.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I know you're happy right now that you beat Man U last weekend.
No, we always
with
do.
the tactics.
We always do. We always do. So you guys changed the whole of your attacking front.
Front three. You know, it was almost as if some Man U players went to the mountain to pray. Because it was after prayers when we were getting who we wanted. We started with Kuna, said only Man U, didn't go anywhere. Mbeumo, only Man U, didn't go anywhere. We wanted Gyökeres, but we know that Gyökeres was probably going to be wanting Champions League football. So as we did not win the Europa and get into Europe, I know we would have missed out on some potentially bigger players that would have come in. But Sesko, like it was like a joke. Newcastle was ready to pay even more than what Man U offered. And Sesko said he wanted only Man U. Now, with the new formation that we're playing under Amorim, the attack at the center forward in the middle, then 2 pivot tens, then the 4 in the center with the left wing back, right wing back, and deep line midfielder in the defense. I think what we bought just shows that it's a statement. We're going to cook because when all these players blend. But my only problem was that some players were very expensive. But like we said, English teams will always put a lot of money. Kuna should have been like 50. Mbeumo maybe 55.
Yeah, but you guys
Sesko
don't have
maybe 60.
You guys don't have European football, so you have to pay something in that, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't want Kunya and Mbeumo to go to Champions League football to come play for Man U, what is their compensation, right? There has to be something. You have to give something in return for that. I understand. You understand. Most players like Gyökeres want European football.
Yeah.
So if a client, if a player is saying, okay, I can let go European football and play for you, you have to compensate in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I think one more position that Man U must sign is the keeper.
Definitely.
Yeah. We cannot trust Onana. No. Onana showed us shaky last year. It was a lot of trouble because remember you are playing a team, you are leading 2-0, your mind is still up. Your mind is still up because there will be a mistake from Onana. Your mind is still up because Bruno might just lose concentration and they will allow the attack to penetrate, the attack of the other team penetrate. But I think if we can, I don't even want a midfielder. People are shouting Beleba. I was telling people when Beleba is from Cameroon, there's going to be Nations Cup. Onana, Beleba, Mbeumo cannot be, and Ahmad, and probably, I think those 3 going for Nations Cup. 4 going for Nations Cup in the peak of the season in January, December. I think the Nations Cup is in December. It wouldn't be good if those players go. So I didn't want a Beleba that would have depended on as a deep line midfielder, then he now lead for Nations Cup. So I wanted also hope that Minor will step up, Ugarte will step up, Casemiro will be like a big brother to all of them, teach them the skills and everything. Then maybe I didn't want Collier to go on loan. We made Collier go on loan to West Brom. I didn't want that. Then maybe we'll step up some other people from the academy. But to be honest, I'm very happy with the transfer season so far. It's been like an answer to prayer. And my only issue about the transfer season was the outgoings, the way they treated Rashford. Rashford was our star boy for years. And we just collected number from the back of his shirt, gave it to Kuna.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, you know that Barcelona was begging us to give them Rashford for 80 million 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
80 million, but now we're giving them 10 million. If we are saying loan him, they give us 10 million, 30 million. And option, not even obligation. So it's really then the way we chased out, the way they're going to chase out Oilon, they told him they don't need him.
And Garnacho.
That Garnacho is even the one that brought problem on himself. Garnacho is a kid, so he doesn't really understand life. But Garnacho is going to go to Chelsea. When he gets to Chelsea, they'll use him for business. How do I mean business? He will play 1 or 2 seasons. When he has gotten enough money, equity on his head, they will sell him. That's what Boli does. He's a businessman. He uses players to get money. But my issue with mine is that they are trying to show players that they might always use and almost use and dump them. And it's not fair. Like, see Bruno. Bruno was somebody that I love. Someone that I love so much. But if Bruno has a bad season this year, might even let him go on a chip. Because the way Man U does is, we don't even need money for transfer. We'll just forget about the player and replace him. So that's not good. That's not a good precedent for players that want to come to see that I don't even have a destiny in this club. Olon is almost crying. I will stay and fight for my position. They said no, go. They're not even saying for sale. Oh. I said just loan him, pay his salary. We don't want the coach is almost saying I don't want to see him in my coaching in my training ground, and that's not a good precedent for players coming.
It's not actually. But I wouldn't want to blame Man U so much. Man U is in the mud right now, right? They are struggling. They are struggling to change approach every time. They are struggling to change things every time. They need to get out of that mud, right? Man U is a big club, and where they are operating right now is not where Man U should be operating. So you won't blame them. In that process, there may be a lot of things they will get wrong. There may be a lot of things they will get right. But what they want is just an upgrade. You know? So I understand. Let's move to Man City.
Our noisy neighbors.
Man City. What do you think about their transfer window thus far?
I think Man City is also a team that has shown that they will make a statement with their transfers. You know, the people they brought in are all experienced. I think they brought in about 6 players right now. For my count, they brought in Jay Strafford for the keeper position. They brought in Riders for the attacking midfielder and center midfielder. They brought in Rancheki for finally a good replacement for this
De Bruyne.
Not even De Bruyne, the left winger, a good replacement for how do you say this left winger that wears 26 that plays for Algeria. I don't know why I forgot his name.
Something rest. What is his
Let's
name?
forget about his name. They've replaced him finally. Then they have I'm not a Man City fan, so I don't even know all their players, but I'm just saying that they've made a good statement. Make almost 6 signings, and all these 6 signings, we saw the way they were all gelled in the last match that they won 4-0. That shows that they are ready for the season. Allard has also stepped up and said, see, I can still score goals. You know, and the interesting thing is that even when they were to replace Kevin De Bruyne, people thought that it would be difficult for Pep Guardiola to do that, but it showed that he knows what he wants. And I keep telling people the way Man City does their transfer is always very interesting because they don't even have speculations. They just go into the market, pick who they want, and get the person. And it's as if Man City comes for you, you'll be going. See now, they want to get another keeper, Donnarumma. Now, Donnarumma is somebody that PSG has actually done a very bad thing to him. He won everything for them, almost 5 trophies this year, and they are saying they don't want him again. Man U fans are saying, please come to Man U, pick him. Baba say no, he's going to Man City. And it's saying that they are going to actually be chasing out Ederson, and they are going to already bring in, they brought in James Trafford, who has already kept a clean sheet as their number 1, and Donnarumma still wants to go there. That shows you Man City is a top club. So their transfer is top notch. And what they are even doing to balance the PSR book, they are making sure that they are making sales. And the sales that they are making are actually their academy players. So they sold McCarthy, they sold and the way academy players are sold, they are probably getting 100% on the transfer. So when they sell those players, you see that they are making a lot of money. So in their transfers, I've seen. Do you have a list of their transfers?
Yeah.
You can mention it so that people hear the transfer I'm trying to remember.
Tijani Rangers.
Yes.
46 million pounds.
Very cheap.
Very cheap. Ryan Aït-Nouri.
Checky, yes.
Yeah.
Aït-Nouri. So now they got Aït-Nouri, the best left back in the league last season. Clean.
Yeah.
And Aït-Nouri was somebody that was the best player for Wolves. We have not seen the best of him. Those crosses will be coming this season. Okay?
All right. I think this Ryan Shaki, I think is a very, very intelligent.
Yes.
I like him. He fits so well in that midfield and he plays very well. In my own opinion, I think Man City's transfer window has been very incredible. They didn't spend as much as other people. And they got quality players.
That's what I'm saying.
I think, see, there are different things that drive transfers, right? The quality of the coach the name of the club and the money.
Yeah.
I think what works for Man City is the coach.
Yes.
People want to play for the coach because the business they've done so far is intelligent. What I don't understand is the link with Donnarumma, because they already have Trafford.
Yes.
So I don't know what they are trying to
That's
play.
what I'm saying. Like, it's so interesting that James Trafford, a top player for England's youth teams, like under 20, under 23, World Cup winner, is there to stay. An England-born player.
Mhm.
You know, he used to be in Man City before. Then they sold him, then came back. He's there, and they've even given him the number 1 jersey. And Donnarumma is still saying he wants to go there. So I think there are a lot of things, like you said. You would have seen that they have that winning mentality.
Ederson would definitely leave.
That's what he's waiting for, right?
Yeah.
I'm even hoping Man U can even pick Ederson, if possible. Because Ederson is a good coach.
He's a good keeper.
Yes,
At least it's better than what you have right now.
It's an upgrade.
Yeah, it's an
for Man U. It's an upgrade. Yeah.
So lastly, Tottenham.
Tottenham. That's what we didn't talk about Chelsea, so we'll talk about Chelsea.
Oh yeah, okay, we'll talk about Chelsea after.
Yes, so because now if you mention Tottenham, the noisy Arsenal neighbors, not London. You know, I don't like that after what they did to Man U in the last UEFA Cup final. I used to try to support them, but when they even won the Europa League, sacked their manager. But you see that they have money, you know. But everybody going there is careful, right? Mohamed Kudus went the 60 million. They almost said that they signed Gibbs White.
Yeah.
It was even on the news.
Yeah.
And who else did they get? You have your list?
Oh yeah, they have Martin Tess from Bayern.
Oh, that was a loan that now became permanent.
Yeah, and Mohamed Kudus now. And they are heavily linked to Eberechi Eze.
Yes.
That deal is almost likely going to be done.
Yes.
Yeah. To me, I think it's a brilliant transfer window for them. Not the best, but I think it's efficient and it's good.
Yes.
With the new coach, it's 50-50. He can go bad and he can go well. However, my problem with Tottenham is that they've been brilliant over the years. But something is not always right with them. 2 seasons ago, they were firing. They were at the best. Everybody was even tipping them to win the Premier League. If you remember,
at the start, yes.
At the start. Because they were doing well, they were getting the point. And at some point, there was a meltdown. Last season, people thought they would pick up again, like they would do it again. And yet,
they finished 17th.
It was worse. So that they are starting good right now does not really mean so much to me, right? Can they sustain it? Do they have the firepower to continue? Do they have the squad depth to continue after 1 or 2 injuries to them, right? So I'm worried about Tottenham. I'm not really expecting so much from them, but let's see. It will be good. It will be a good surprise if they pull something up. Then Chelsea.
Chelsea, I think their owner is doing Yahoo. I don't know that the guy is a businessman, right? And if it's not Yahoo, to be very close to money laundering. So those 2 vices are very eminent to Chelsea's transfer. Because see, they are always signing players. Okay, there was a statistics that in the last 4 years, they've signed 50 players. 50. They said that Man U have signed those amount of players in the last 14 years. Liverpool have signed those amount of players in the last 12 years. Arsenal's one is in the last 18 years or so. But in the last 4 years, they sold players. Do you know, like, if you play, and I'm even wondering what's the attraction. Because someone like Xabi Simeon from RB Leipzig saying he wants to go to Chelsea. They will sell him in a year or 2. Garnacho, in a year or 2. Gittins that is there, in a year or 2, they will sell him. Pedro, in a year. See what they are doing for Jackson. Jackson came in, was the star boy, gave him Drogba's jersey, number 15, that Drogba started with. He was seeing himself as a player. The client came, they dropped him. So what are we saying? They are signing too many players that there is no balance. And it's always paining me when they win trophies. Like last year, they won the Conference League and they won the World Club Cup. But I'm telling you that there will be an explosion because there will be people who don't understand themselves. You know?
I think I used to have that opinion about Chelsea before, but I think I'm changing it now. I think I think they are intelligent and smart. Their owner is a businessman.
Okay.
Right? Businessmen have different approach to business.
Yeah.
Because I think his strategy is working. If you see their sales, the outgoing players,
yeah,
they are making profits.
A lot of money.
Why does someone buy a football club? It's to make money. So it's working. They bought this guy that Arsenal bought,
Madueke,
and they sold him. I think they bought him for 35 million thereabout.
35 or okay, yeah.
And they sold him for like 55 million or 50 million thereabout, right? That's a profit, short-time profit, right? They are selling heavily. Anybody you are buying from Chelsea right now, they put a lot of money on him, right?
Yeah.
So I think what they are buying young player, giving them long-time deal, 7 years, 8 years, right? So there's no need for renewing contract. There's no need for increasing salary. There's no need for within that period, right? And they throw you on loan, throw you anywhere, increase your value and sell after 1 year. So, and see, what can we say? They have 2 trophies to show it last year.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. The other clubs that are not doing that, they don't have trophy. Yeah. Right? So how we cannot say that they are not doing well.
Yeah,
I think their strategy is paying off.
Yeah.
And I think with time, people may begin to start looking at them, right? Buy player cheap in their prime. I mean in their young age.
Yeah.
Develop them for 1 year or 2 years and sell them off. Next year, buy another set. Right?
Yeah.
So,
you know, my issue with them is that the manner at which they sell the players. Like I was pointing out to someone that the owners of Chelsea Boli, they are the owners of Strasbourg in France. Do you know that they still sold a couple of players to that French team? And I'm like, what are you trying to tell us? What are you trying to tell us? The money is moving from the same pot just because you want to balance PSR. But I think what you said, if they have results to show for it, if they have trophies to show for it, then nobody to fault their system.
I think they are doing well.